It's okay. We're ready for the fight. Because we know we're on the right side of it, and you all are total frauds, and we just proved it. Folks, the media has entirely abandoned you. I'm waiting to see how they respond to my testimony up on the Hill. That should be interesting, too. I'm sure they'll cut and mix some sound to make it sound like I said something I didn't. But the media is rarely, if ever, telling you the truth. So one of the things that's been bothering me lately, I mean, really under my skin deeply, burrowing in like a tick, is how their hypocrisy is so transparent that any sane, rational actor right now can see they're hypocrites. And I think the left has just accepted that fact that they're unprincipled and just, I'm not kidding, sincerely doesn't care anymore. I'm not joking. I think the left, that's the media and it's one big, amorphous blob of people from all over, the left and the media, right? They've given up on the idea that they're standing on principle. I'm not joking. Their hypocrisy is evident. So the great Tom Elliott at Grabian, who always does the best supercuts. We love them at Grabian. You're doing great work, Tom. He put together this supercut of media clip. It's a little long, but it's worth your time. A minute and a half, 2 minutes. It's worth your time. This is the media first condemning protests, perfectly legal. No criminal activity happened at these protests in Michigan and elsewhere, where people stood up to protest because they were being bankrupted, and they stood up to protest against these ridiculous lockdowns, not based on any science anymore, and stood up for their families' prosperity, their jobs, and everything else. The media hated that. So the beginning is the left-wing media going all out to condemn protesters because that caused economic growth, big R, God-given rights, all of that stuff. That's to be condemned. But when the media found an issue they can leverage for identity politics, all of a sudden they loved protests. Listen to this supercut. If you want to watch it, youtube.com/Bongino. Check out our YouTube channel. This is fascinating. So first we have the conservative protests being condemned. Then we have the liberal protests. Same groups of people there. I mean, groups in numbers in some cases. They have no problem with that. Check this out.
And a far more serious scene. Watch these images. Really just an ugly, a dangerous scene at the state capitol in Michigan.
As we look at this extreme group of people,
those pictures and those clashes really show the chaos.
And you're out there with guns?
I don't want to call them rallies. They're not protests.
These quote unquote protests. I don't even think that that's the right word because protests are supposed to be peaceful.
I'm not embarrassed to say that I was afraid.
It's not clear what they're demanding to infect other people, demanding to make other people sick.
It's dangerous, and these people can take this home with them and hurt their families and all the rest.
I'd like to ask them if they're willing to sign away their right to treatment if and when they get infected.
Who the hell do you think you are? I don't understand what is wrong with people. Stay at home.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly.
That ain't a riot, what we're seeing right now in Minneapolis.
Any reasonable person would say we shouldn't be destroying other people's property, but these are not reasonable times.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
The beautiful thing is we're seeing citizens who are caring and concerned. They're hitting the streets.
Heartwarming to see so many people turn out peacefully.
You know, Brooke, I think this is a march, really.
But as they're coming off, it's peaceful. They're saying peaceful protest.
Across the country, it's bringing people together, community with unity.
People are risking COVID to explain to this country that we're fed up.
Okay, folks, these are not serious people, okay? Again, because they've forfeited their principles and liberals will back them up regardless, doesn't mean you have to. We need to call them out and expose them for the utter, complete frauds, nonsensical garbage people they are. They're garbage people. They're unprincipled losers who their entire reason for being is to condemn you ruthlessly and endlessly, attack your big R God-given rights, to demean you, to destroy your character. That's all they live for, as long as you have the C in front of your name, a conservative. If you're a liberal, you get a free pass. So just to be clear, rallies they had in Michigan and elsewhere, Pennsylvania and elsewhere, to open up their economy so they can feed their families, despite no evidence of lawlessness at all at these rallies. Those are to be condemned. condemn, harshly condemn. Look at these radicals. What was that? Joe Scarborough, that nut job? Look at these extremists. Yet you have Ali Velshi from MSNBC at a riot. There were literally a building is burning behind me. He's like, let me not mischaracterize this thing. This is largely peaceful. Frank Drebin from The Naked Gun. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. There's a building's exploding in the back. Frank Drebin Velshi. Ali Frank Drebin Velshi. Someone should Giphy him. You know the GIF, the Naked GIF, the Naked Gun GIF? If you've seen it, you don't have nothing to see here, folks. Put Ali Velshi on there. The Baghdad Bob of MSNBC. We are fine. Remember Baghdad Bob? Iraq is doing fine. And meanwhile, the whole country was falling apart. Are these guys kidding? These people are not to be trusted. Ignore them. As I said yesterday, in a time of crisis, Tucker is right. You have to speak the truth. We have to all spine up, coat your spine in vibranium and adamantium, X-Men Wolverine style, and everybody's got to man up and woman up because these are not serious people. They will attack you on Twitter. They will attack you on Parler. They will attack you on Facebook. They will attack you everywhere. It's okay. We're ready for the fight because we know we're on the right side of it, and you all are total frauds, and we just proved it.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud and follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 at DBongino.